Hello, everybody. Hebro77 here, and I know I'm a mess. My beard probably needs to be trimmed and combed, and my teeth probably aren't the prettiest. But I needed to come on here to tell my story because it's story time. It is story time. This is the story of the century. And for those of you that have been following my channel, you may notice here recently I have been uploading a lot of older movies. A lot of my, in fact, about a week ago, I uploaded my very first ever movie, which just happened to be a Batman movie. So I've been uploading movies ever since. And here is where the mystery part comes in at. Um, as you can see, according to the title of this video. So years ago, I was working for my mom, or with my mom rather, cleaning up the Knights of Columbus after bingo. And I looked down on the floor and I saw a looked down on the floor and saw what appeared to be a Fred Flintstone tie. And I thought, wow, this is weird. Look at that thing. And at first I was going to discard it and never really think much about it afterwards. But then after looking at it, I thought, this would be kind of cool for my action figures. And at the time, what I was doing is I was working in order to make some money to buy my own camcorder. Later on, I didn't realize I was going to get it for Christmas, but the Christmas gift was half the gift. In other words, I made a deal with my grandparents saying that if I pay half and you guys pay half or partial, and I winded up earning $300. Not too bad at that time, and the camcorder itself cost about $500, maybe closer to 600. I think it was 560 or 570, something like that. It was a little RCA 8 millimeter camcorder, probably about this big. It wasn't. We were into the 1990s, so we were leaving the time that camcorders were this big, and this thing was about this big. So anyway, I saw this Fred Flintstone tie laying on the floor, and I looked down to pick it up. I picked it up, I took it home, and I used it in a few of my movies that following year. And a few years ago, I broke the neck part around the neck, and was I think in a couple movies I was even trying to tape it from the back, and I even traced it over, cut it out with paper. I duplicated it that way, but it just wasn't the same, and I ended up throwing the tie away in the trash. It went, so I never used it again. However, I have always wanted another one. I've always wondered what another one would be. And it wasn't until 2000 and something that eBay came along. And when I discovered eBay, I wasn't really looking for Fred Flintstone ties. When I first discovered eBay, I was looking for G.I. Joe and Ghostbusters, Thundercats, Masters of the Universe, stuff that I had in my childhood. So, but then it wasn't until years later where I went, I was curious. I wonder where that Fred Flintstone tie came from. I would I wouldn't mind owning a Fred Flintstone tie again. So I searched the internet high and low, and I mean, I searched so many different avenues. Fred Flintstone tie, it showed me cloth ties with Fred Flintstone on it. Fred Flintstone action figure tie, Again, it showed some cloth ties with Fred Flintstone on it. It showed Fred Flintstone action figures. None of these Fred Flintstone action figures had removable ties. I searched Fred Flintstone with removable tie, nothing. I searched all Fred Flintstone possible action figures. All it showed was Fred Flintstone action figures. This went on for years. And then the other day, my search came up Fred Flintstone candy dispenser. And it clicked in my brain. I'm like, wait a minute. It is very possible that some kid would be sitting there at the KC Hall with his parents, and his parents are trying to, maybe the kid's about 2 or 3 years old or younger. And, these things came out in 1993. The movie, The Flintstones, came out. The movie with John Goodman. I almost said Dan Connor. But the point is, so I found this. This is what I found. I've been wanting to show this for a long time now. Let's see if we can get it. Let's turn off the light. There you go. This is a candy dispenser. Now, it is not without the realm of possibilities that a candy dispenser would show up in the Knights of Columbus Hall. The kid has the candy dispenser. He's playing with it. He's trying to get the candy out of the head. Unknowns to this kid, the candy does not come out of the head, but it comes out at the bottom here, this part. And as you can hear, there's still candy in here, but I wouldn't suggest eating it. This is over 30 years old after all. So the tie, when I saw it instantly I went, yeah, that's it. That's the tie. And as you can see here, if we could do a comparison to this Fred Flintstone tie and the Fred Flintstone tie that I used in my early movies, you can see that's exactly what happened. Some kid was sitting down, he was playing with the head, and as you can hear, like, this head is not easy to come off. Like, I'm twisting it, I'm turning it, and it doesn't look like it's going to come off at all. But I will get it off eventually, and when I do, that tie is going to become my collection once again. And I will buy more of these because these are cheap. You get them on eBay. So I'll end up with a lot of headless Fred Flintstones, but a lot of really cool ties. And this thing already looks like it wants to start breaking. The tie, not the head. The head looks like it's almost impossible to come off. But if you're a little kid and you're determined to get the candy out of there, that head's coming off. So I solved the mystery. This has been like an 8-year-long search for me, and I am so relieved. Everything I would search on there did not pop up. Now, just to show you a comparison, here is the original Fred Flintstone tie that I had in my movies. Here you can see, okay, here you can see the original tie. It's right here in my movie. And I know I'm on a smaller screen here, but if you look at this tie here, let me put it real large. If you look at that tie there, and now focus on this one, look at that. And I'm going to pause it. Pause it. You can see the tie. Here is this tie. So you can see how this tie sort of has ruffles. You can see the ruffles right around here, around the edge. And this one kind of has those ruffles. Now, this was really cheap on eBay. So like I said, I might buy a few of those. Maybe not right away, but somehow later. And I have to figure out how. Hold on, let me quit screen sharing here. Hold on. Maybe a little bit more screen sharing. So there you have it. So this tie is the exact match of that tie. And I know that's what it is. And I know it's only a matter of getting this head off. And getting the head off without damaging the tie is going to be the main trick. Because I got to twist it, I got to turn it. Can I get a knife in there? Maybe I can reach through the bottom of this and pop the head off with a knife. I don't know. Maybe that's how the kid did it, or his parents did it. Obviously, a kid probably forcefully removed this head, and it's plastic. It's hard plastic. It's not made of a rubbery substance. So it's going to be very hard to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this bottom here, and I'm going to see if I can't poke. Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh, I can smell the candy. It's just very chalky. Let's take that out. I'm not going to eat any of these. Okay, yeah, I see a little thing here where I could push. There's the candy. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, there's the candy that was in this thing. And it's still really good shape. It's got Flintstone heads on it. It's really kind of cool. I almost want to taste it, but I'm going to refrain from that. I'm not one of those guys that tries 30-year-old shit. I think I could actually see some mold on the back of that one. So yeah, I'm not doing that. So anyway, there's a hole in there, and I can actually see when I turn this that pivots. I think if I break that part off, his head will come off, and then the tie will come off. So anyway, yeah, you will see this necktie in another movie. For kids, it's so easy, isn't it? If they want to get into something, they really can get into something. This today would make the perfect medicine bottle, except for the fact the end comes off so well. But if you had a medicine bottle where the object was to get the head off of it, there's no way. I wouldn't be able to get into it. But I saw that's what this is. That's where the tie came from. This Fred Flintstone candy dispenser. The whole time I was looking for an action figure and never figured it would be in dispenser. Well, that's all the time I have for right now. I will either do an update or I will just simply make a video that has the action figure with the Fred Flintstone tie on it. Until then, this is Hero 77 saying, knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war. See you then.